Get ready, because today we are going deep, deep into this idea of hidden potential.
Ooh, hidden potential.
Yeah.
I like that.
So we've got Adam Grant's book, Hidden Potential, as our guide for this. And to help us sort of break it down and navigate it, we're using this breakdown that we found on Daily Book Insights.
Perfect.
So have you ever felt like you're kind of just scratching the surface of what you could be doing? Like you
Yeah.
could be operating at a whole other level if you just knew how to unlock it.
For sure.
That's what we're going to dig into today.
You know what I think is really interesting about Grant's approach here?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't just give us platitudes.
Right.
He actually really digs into this concept of potential
Yeah.
and what it actually means, because we have this idea potential, right? Like the gifted kid,
Right.
the Mozart, the Serena Williams.
Totally. Yeah, it's even to get caught up in that comparison game. Like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I wasn't, like a prodigy when I was 5, so I
Right.
guess I don't have it.
Exactly. And Grant says that's like way too narrow of a view.
Okay.
He says it's not about like some predetermined amount of talent.
Right.
It's how far you're willing to stretch, how much you're willing to grow,
Okay.
how much effort you're willing to put in.
I like that.
He actually uses this really great example of like an athlete with like pretty average talent,
Okay.
but through dedication, the right mindset,
Mm-hmm.
ends up outperforming all these so-called naturals.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so that really challenges that whole genius myth thing.
It does.
But, wouldn't you say you still need some amount of talent? It's like you can't just become a world-class musician or athlete without any natural ability, right?
This is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
So Grant actually looked at like a study of 120 award-winning experts
Wow.
in all different fields: artists, scientists, entrepreneurs.
Oh, wow.
And the really surprising thing, most of them were not child prodigies.
Mm.
Like they weren't necessarily born with like this huge, massive, exceptional talent.
So then what set them apart?
Well, hard work is definitely part of
Yeah.
it, but it's more than that.
Okay.
These people, they mastered something called deliberate practice. So not just like mindless repetition.
Right.
It's focused. It's strategic effort designed to push their abilities.
Right.
They were constantly seeking feedback,
Makes sense.
analyzing how they were doing, and refining.
So it's that cycle of pushing yourself and then reflecting and then like incorporating that into the next time you do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's that cycle that lets us tap into that hidden potential.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, I'm not good at this, it's I'm not good at this yet,
Yeah.
but I can get better.
Exactly.
Which actually brings us to Adam Grant himself.
Yes.
He's not just some academic writing about this stuff.
Right.
He seems to like live these principles
Absolutely.
in his own life.
Yeah, he was a competitive diver
Really? Yeah.
in his younger years, and now he's a best-selling author, a speaker,
In a podcaster.
a podcast. Yeah, the guy walks the walk.
So he's living proof that it's not just a theory, this stuff works.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into some specifics.
Let's do it.
Grant outlines 5 key mindset shifts
Okay.
that are crucial to unlocking that hidden potential.
All right.
The first one is a little counterintuitive. Character as a skill.
I know you think personality, you think it's fixed.
Right.
But Grant has some really compelling evidence that things like initiative, social skills, discipline, grit
Wait, so those things that we usually attribute to personality can be developed.
can be developed, can be strengthened.
So you can train yourself to be more disciplined or take more initiative.
There was this fascinating study,
Okay.
followed over 11,000 kindergarten students in Tennessee.
Wow. Okay.
And what they found was the quality of the kindergarten teachers had a huge impact on the students' future income
Really?
as adults.
So a good kindergarten teacher can set you up for like financial success later in life.
It's wild.
That's amazing.
And here's the thing.
Okay.
It wasn't because they were like grilling advanced math
Right.
into 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
It was because of their ability to foster those character traits.
So interesting.
Encouraging initiative, helping kids develop social intelligence, teaching them to manage impulses, teaching them to persevere.
Right.
They were laying the foundation for success that went way beyond academics.
So character is almost like a muscle you can train.
It is.
And it sounds like those early years are really important for that.
Yeah,
But what about those of us who are, well, past kindergarten?
right.
Is it too late?
Not at all.
Okay, good.
Grant talks about a study in West Africa
Okay.
where entrepreneurs, they divide them up into 2 groups.
Okay.
One got training in business strategy,
All right. The nuts and bolts.
marketing, finance, all that.
Yeah.
The other group
Mm-hmm.
focused only on developing character skills.
Okay. And I bet I know what happened.
What do you think?
the character group did better.
They did.
They did
Profits tripled
tripled. Wow, why is that?
because character dictates how we use our knowledge.
That's a good way to put it.
It's like, knowledge helps you seize opportunities, but character helps you create them.
I like that.
Yeah. Gives you the resilience to overcome obstacles, that social intelligence,
Yeah.
to build those relationships,
Right.
the initiative to go after what you want.
Okay, so point one, you can actually cultivate those character traits that fuel your potential even later in life.
That's right.
All right, what's the next mindset shift?
Embracing discomfort.
Oh, no pain, no gain.
Yeah. Exactly.
Turns out there's actually some truth to that.
A lot of truth to that.
I mean, we all know pushing yourself outside your comfort zone can lead to breakthroughs.
For sure.
But what are some specific examples that Grant gives?
He talks about adults who become fluent in multiple languages.
Oh, wow.
Even though they struggled with languages as kids, they stopped playing it safe and started actively seeking out situations where they would have to use the language,
Right.
knowing they'd make mistakes, feel awkward.
Right.
There were these two people, Maria and Benny.
Okay.
Benny actually called it social skydiving.
Social skydiving.
Isn't that great?
That is a great way to put it.
It captures that feeling, right,
Yeah.
of taking a leap of faith.
Totally. Even if you might crash and burn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it really highlights this crucial point. Progress, it doesn't come from perfect preparation.
Yeah. We become prepared by taking the leap anyway.
That's good.
That is so true. I
Yeah.
love that.
Me too.
And sometimes we get so caught up in planning and preparing
Right.
that we never actually do the thing.
Either-
Waiting for that perfect moment,
Right.
perfect level of confidence. And it never comes.
That might never come.
It might never come. And then the irony is the more we avoid discomfort, the more uncomfortable we are when we are eventually faced with it. It's like that thing, everything you want is on the other side of fear.
That's right.
So, okay, embracing discomfort, that's key.
It is.
What's next in Grant's formula for unlocking hidden potential?
Becoming a human sponge.
Oh, I like that.
Now, before you imagine soaking up every bit of information,
Right.
it's about being selective,
Okay.
filtering for what's valuable,
Right.
and seeking out the knowledge that helps you grow in the areas you care about.
So it's not just passively taking in information.
No.
It's about being deliberate about what we allow into our minds.
You got it.
It's about having a purpose and a direction and then seeking out things that align with that.
Exactly.
I like that.
Grant, he actually uses this example of Julius,
Oh, yeah, Julius. Tell me about Julius.
this Kenyan athlete
Go.
who, despite not being those naturally gifted, ends up winning gold.
Wow. So what made his journey so unique?
So Julius, he trained relentlessly.
Okay.
But he didn't just blindly follow his coach.
Right.
He took ownership. He studied videos of elite runners,
Interesting.
meticulously analyzing their techniques,
Wow.
constantly experimenting
Mhm.
with different approaches.
So it wasn't just about putting in the time.
Yeah.
It was about how he was doing it.
Exactly.
Like he was actively engaged in it.
He was
Always looking for ways to get better.
Yeah, he was like a sponge, absorbing information
Yeah.
and then squeezing it out, analyzing it.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
So it reminds me of that quote,
What is it?
the only source of knowledge is experience.
It's true.
And I think this actually leads to a really practical takeaway for our listeners.
Oh, let's hear it.
So instead of just passively receiving feedback like, how did I do?
Right.
You can be more proactive and ask, what can I improve? Like
Mhm.
that little shift
Yes.
from evaluation to improvement.
It's huge.
It takes the focus off of judging ourselves and puts it on learning.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we've got cultivating character,
Yeah.
embracing discomfort,
Uh-huh.
becoming a human sponge.
Okay. On to point number 4.
Hit me.
And this is one that I think might resonate with a lot of people.
Okay.
Letting go of perfectionism.
The tyranny of perfectionism.
I know, it's so easy to get caught in that trap,
Yeah.
striving for flawlessness.
Right.
But then it actually holds us back
Absolutely.
from reaching our full potential.
It does. We're so afraid of making mistakes
Right.
that we don't take risks.
Uh-huh.
We get bogged down in details. We stifle our own growth.
It's so true. It's so true. And Grant actually talks about how his own diving career
Yeah.
took off when he let go of needing to have the perfect dive.
Right. He had a great coach.
Yes. His coach gave him some really good advice.
Yeah. He said even a perfect 10 in the Olympics
Yeah.
isn't about flawlessness. It's about exceptional effort and execution
Right, right.
in that moment.
Totally.
It's about striving for excellence, not perfection.
That is such a good distinction.
It is.
It really takes the pressure off.
It does. And it allows us to like focus on the journey.
The process.
Yeah, rather than some impossible ideal.
It makes you think of wabi-sabi.
Oh, yeah.
The Japanese concept of like beauty and imperfection.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And you know what? There's research that actually shows people judge us more by our best moments than our worst.
Interesting.
So those slip-ups, the times we don't do as well, they don't define us.
Right.
It's those moments of brilliance and courage that really have an impact.
I love that.
Okay, we have covered a lot.
We have.
Character, discomfort, learning, letting go of perfectionism.
Hit me with number 5.
What is the final piece of the puzzle?
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Making practice playful.
Oh.
So, we all know about deliberate practice.
Right.
But it can be so monotonous.
It can feel like grinding sometimes, especially when you're trying to like master a difficult skill.
It's true, but Grant suggests adding in playfulness. Think of it like deliberate play.
Deliberate play.
I like that better, don't you?
I do.
It's way more fun.
Way more fun.
It's about bringing in creativity, experimentation, enjoyment.
Oh, okay.
Try new approaches.
Yeah.
Find ways to make it fun and engaging.
Like a game.
Like a game.
Yeah, you're still working hard.
You are.
You're still challenging yourself, but you're having fun.
That's the key.
I love that.
Right?
It makes so much sense because when we enjoy it, we're going to stick with it.
Absolutely.
And we're probably more open to feedback and learning as well.
Yeah.
So does Grant give any examples of this in action?
He does.
Okay.
He talks about Evelyn Glennie.
Oh, yeah.
This world-renowned percussionist who, get this, is profoundly deaf.
Wow. Okay.
She didn't let deafness limit her.
Right.
She embraced it.
Wow.
She found creative ways to experience music through vibration and feel.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So for her, practice became this joyful exploration, like a sensory adventure.
Right.
It really shows that when we approach learning with that sense of curiosity and playfulness, we can not only overcome obstacles, we can turn them into strengths.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered 5 key mindset shifts.
We did it.
Cultivating character, embracing discomfort, becoming a human sponge, letting go of perfectionism.
That was a lot.
And making practice playful.
It was a lot.
It's like a whole toolkit for self-discovery and growth.
It really is.
So where do we go from here?
Yeah.
How do we start applying these ideas in our own lives?
Good question.
Yeah, it is a powerful framework.
It is.
It's like he's giving us this whole new way to look at potential.
Right.
Instead of focusing on what we can't do,
Yeah.
we can ask, how far can I go if I keep growing?
I love that.
What's possible if I really embrace these mindset shifts?
It's like reframing the whole question.
Yeah.
And it just like opens up all these possibilities because none of us really know our limits. We're always evolving and adapting.
It's so true.
Discovering like new depths to what we can do.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
And it's empowering.
It is.
Because it's like, okay, we're all works in progress.
We are.
But that's not a bad thing.
Right. It's something to celebrate.
It is something to celebrate.
Exactly.
And it's not about some like magical overnight transformation.
Right.
It's about those little changes we make.
Yeah.
Those new habits and pushing ourselves a little bit at a time.
Right. Like building a muscle.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't go from 0 to bench pressing 200 pounds overnight.
No, you don't.
It takes time, effort, consistency.
Oh, dear girl.
But the rewards are so worth it.
Oh, they are.
And the more we practice these things, the more natural they become.
Right. So it's like you're rewiring your brain
from growth.
For resilience.
Okay, so as we're wrapping up this deep dive into hidden potential, what's the one thing you want our listeners to walk away with? I think the most important thing is that potential isn't fixed.
Yes.
It's not something you're just born with.
Right.
It's dynamic. It's always changing.
Yeah.
It's something that we can cultivate throughout our lives.
Right.
It's realizing we're all capable of so much more than we think.
I love that. And it's about embracing the journey.
Yes.
The ups and downs, knowing that each step, each obstacle,
every challenge
brings us closer to that potential.
It does.
I want to leave our listeners with a question.
Yeah, I like it.
What's one area of your life where you might be underestimating what you're capable of?
Oh, that's good.
It could be a skill, a goal, or a fear that's holding you back.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, take that first step.
Take the leap.
Embrace that discomfort and see what happens.
You might surprise yourself.
You really might.
And remember, unlocking your hidden potential.
Yes,
It's a lifelong adventure.
it is.
Enjoy the ride.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into hidden potential. Until next time, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep pushing the boundaries.
Of what's possible.
Yeah, it really is, it's almost like he's giving us a whole new way to look at potential. Like instead of focusing on our limitations, we
Right.
can ask, like, how far can I go if I just keep growing?
Totally.
What's possible if I actually embrace these mindset shifts?
It's like a total reframing.
It is,
And it really opens up like so many possibilities.
doesn't it?
It does, because none of us actually really knows like what our limits are.
Right, yeah.
Like we're constantly evolving, adapting, and discovering like,
It's so true.
yeah, new depths to what we can do.
It's so empowering
It is.
because it's like we're all works in progress,
Yeah,
but that's a good thing.
right. It's not something to shy away from.
Yeah, it's like something to celebrate.
Exactly.
And you know what? It's not about some like magical overnight transformation.
No.
It's about making those small changes.
Yeah, like the little things.
Yeah.
The new habits, pushing ourselves a little bit at a time.
Yeah, it's like building a muscle.
Right, exactly.
You don't go from 0 to like,
Bench pressing 200 pounds.
yeah,
Exactly. No, it takes time and effort.
consistency.
Consistency, yeah.
But it's so worth it.
It is. And the more we practice,
Yeah.
the more these things become like second nature.
Right, like you're rewiring your brain.
Yeah, for growth,
Growth.
for resilience.
So as we're wrapping up this deep dive into hidden potential,
Yeah.
what's the one thing you really want our listeners to take away from this?
I think the most important thing is just realizing that potential isn't fixed.
Yes.
It's not something you're born with.
Right.
It's something that is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
It's something we can cultivate and nurture.
Right.
It's about recognizing that we're capable of so much more than we think.
I love that. And it's about embracing the journey, the
Yes.
ups, the downs, knowing that every step,
Yeah, every challenge.
every obstacle, it brings us closer.
Closer to that potential.
I want to leave our listeners with a question to think about.
Okay, hit me.
What's one area of your life where you might be underestimating what you're actually capable of?
Ooh, I like that.
It could be a skill you want to learn,
Yeah,
a goal you've been putting off, or even like a fear that's holding you back.
absolutely.
Whatever it is,
Yeah.
take that first step.
Take the leap.
Embrace the discomfort
Yeah.
and see what happens.
You might surprise yourself.
You really might.
And remember, unlocking your hidden potential.
Yes.
It's a lifelong adventure.
It really is.
So enjoy the ride.
Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive
Of course.
into hidden potential.
It's been fun.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep pushing those boundaries.
Of what's possible.
We'll see you next time.